Shalom. In the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah Ba'ashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the elders, apostles, of great millstone, taught me this 100% truth. Shalom to the Akiyam, the brothers, the hopeful elect that's on the highways, hedges, street corner on the internet, specifically YouTube, preaching the 100% truth, taught by the elders, apostles, of great millstone, starting with Elder Tahar all the way down. It's a quick lesson on measure the time diligently. 2nd Esdras 9th chapter, first verse. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. What does that mean? When you measure the time diligently, first of all, when you measure the time, that means you supposed to look at the current events that's happening in the world today through the news, fit to the scriptures through the news, and you measure the time. Okay, this happened on this date, like yesterday was 9/11, and through all the history and everybody coming out that was a part of that so-called false flag event, you got to measure the times. And the elders apostles, the great millstone, they broke it down in the latest camp lesson about the truth about what really happened and what the explanation of the so-called 9/11 event. So looking at the world events today, the current events today in the news, you got to measure thou time. And you don't just stop there. You measure the time diligently in itself. Meaning you got to stay on top of things by watching the news and reading the scriptures. The prophecies of the scriptures are being fulfilled every day. The prophecies of the scriptures are being fulfilled. So you got to measure thou the time diligently in itself. Okay, and it goes on. And when thou seest part of the signs pass. See, you seen the things that was prophesied by the prophet thousands of years ago coming to pass today, all the signs, which have told thee before. See, they spoke about it before. Let's go to Jeremiah 28:8. The spirit, building in the spirit. The prophets of old prophesied against kingdoms of old, of pestilence and war. Jeremiah 28. We'll come back to 2nd Esdras. Jeremiah 28:8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. So when you look at all these false prophets like T.D. Jakes and all these other false prophets that's on the TV, they're not warning the people up. They're not prophesying against wicked kingdoms like Babylon the Great. Here in Babylon the Great, they're not prophesying and telling you that the Lord is coming back to destroy Babylon the Great. And that lets you know that they're not measuring the time diligently in itself. You got to warn the people. The Lord told Prophet Ezekiel to give them warning from me. So, and anybody preaching the word, you got to prophesy. You got to prophesy and warn the people and measure the time diligently. The prophets of old that have been before me. See, Prophet Jeremiah said this. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. You gotta be occupied in prophecy. Okay, let's go back to 2nd Esdras. 2nd Esdras 9. Measure the time diligently. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently, which means you gotta be consistent and stay on point. We know that there's some lies in the news, but the prophecies are being fulfilled through the news. When you study the scriptures, it's that simple. Measure thou the time diligently. in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shall thou understand. So you get understanding when you measure the time diligently, being occupied in prophecy, warning the people, giving the people warning from the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, that it is the very same thing wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. See, the eyes of the Lord are upon the sinful kingdom, and the Lord is going to destroy it off the face of the earth with fire. So the eyes of the Lord is on the sinful kingdom, and you can see the wickedness that's being coming out in the world today. You got to measure the time diligently, preach the word in an instant, in season, out of season, best of your ability, because the Lord, the highest, will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes, and there have been earthquakes in recent earthquakes in the world today, and uproars of the people in the world. See, the uproars of the people that's happening today because they don't like the mandates. A lot of people don't like the wicked mandate that's coming out, unrighteous decrees. But it all ties into Revelation 12 and 12. Let's get that. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath. The wicked rulers of this nation, they angry that the truth is coming out in the world today, and the prophets are preaching on the internet, because it was one of the wicked rulers that said that he hated that the internet was created, because the internet is revealing the man of sin. And when the man of sin is revealed, that lets you know the Lord is about to come back, because all lies are being made known, and all truths and the truth is coming out. The devil has come down unto you, having great wrath. Why? Because he knoweth that he have but a short time. Call halal Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah Ba'ashem Rekah HaKodash. The water Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, for blessing me to even speak and think and hear the 100% truth that's taught by the elders apostles of Great Millstone and the Akim, the brotherhood all around the world, through the video lessons on YouTube and the internet. So I pray that this lesson be edifying to the hopeful and those seeking the truth. Double honor to the elder apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopeful. Shalom.